Alrighty guys, the Dayan ZhanChi 2017. Alright, so this is a big one because the ZhanChi was pretty huge for like all of like 2011 and for like pretty much like 2 years or something. This was the only cube that you would use. If you used anything else, you were scrubbing out pretty hard. To have a 2017 update was very exciting for me, someone who pretty much exclusively cubed on the ZhanChi up until I got an M3 a few months ago. So very excited for this, got this in the unboxing about a month ago, and we're gonna dive right into it. Alright, so before I get into whether or not I think this is a good puzzle or not, I just wanted to go over a bit of the changes, like with this update. The first change, which is more noticeable on the aesthetic, is the squared off corners here. I assumed that was just to prevent corner twists like so many other puzzles are doing. Another is the sticker shades, which have changed a little bit, especially this green, which has changed quite a bit, I believe. Alright, so aside from that, we have also new piece design. So this is a ZhanChi Force Cube right here, and this is a new updated ZhanChi. There is very little, if any, difference on this edge stock. Mainly, I'd say it's from the build. This build, like where it splits, is a bit different. How the torpedo sits in there is different, but I mean the general feel of it is pretty much the same. The corner is where you see the most difference. So the corner, you see these ridges pop up. You see these squared off corners, as we talked about earlier. You see the center stock becomes just straight, whereas previous ZhanChis were rounded. And then you see the foot at the end here is also quite a bit different. This one has a much larger footprint than this one, and it's just shaped differently. Aside from that, the center looks pretty much the same. The cap is kind of irrelevant. No one really cares about that. They're not going to come off when you're solving. They will come off if you drop the puzzle, however. But yeah, let's go into the actual turning of this puzzle. I definitely liked the feel to start. It feels like very fast. Crisp. It feels like a modern speed cube. It's got lube in it. It feels set up, which is really nice. One thing that I really don't like is those ridges make for a very uneven, I think it's the ridges, make for a very uneven turn, where the cube pieces want to, like as you just saw there, want to misalign all the time, and it's not very smooth. Like the pieces actually wobble. If you watch this, when it turns, it like moves that layer a little bit, which is really annoying when you're solving and layers start misaligning in the middle of algorithms and F2L executions. And that's where I think the ZhanChi did one thing right, is the price point. So the price point, they pretty much stuck it similar to where the previous ZhanChi was. So I believe it's around like $15 US or like 19-20 Canadian, which is a decent price point when you compare it to a bunch of other puzzles that have come out, like the Yueshao Pro or the GTS 2, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, overall, this cube is not stable at all. It kind of reminds me of like how the GTS, the Waylon GTS V1 was a little unstable. And that's what this cube is. It's usable, no doubt. It's just kind of annoying, and there's things that, like, you know, you don't really want in a flagship puzzle. So it's probably good for a mid-range. It's great for a collector's item. This is my personal one. I'm going to keep it because it's a Dayan ZhanChi, and, like, you know, that's a very iconic puzzle. But in my opinion, I would, you know, pay the little extra, go for the Yueshao Pro or basically any other of the flagship puzzles. except this one. Dayan got really close on it. I was rooting for them. I really wanted them to get it done. But it's not quite perfect. But I do hope to see future Dayan puzzles where they use their new and improved designs and can actually create a good moderate speed cube. So that is it on my review, guys. I hope that wasn't long-winded or too long-winded for you. But that is my opinion. It's just a meh puzzle. If you want to see more, go check out the channel. I put up a GAN video on whether or not the GAN Air UM is worth it. If you want to check out this puzzle or any of the other puzzles on our website, you can go to CANcube.ca. But that is about it, and I'll see you in the next one.